Did you know that Trader Joe's sells their own private label wines, Carmela?
I didn't, but I guess I know now.
Yeah, well, did you know that there are actually several tiers of Trader Joe's wines, starting with good old $2 Chuck?
Wow, is that what we're going to try tonight?
Nope.
Phew.
We're not going to taste and review $2 Chuck today, but we are going to taste and review some Trader Joe's private label Petit Reserve wines.
Are those the top tier?
No, they're not the top tier. But you know what? We're going to find out more in a minute. How about that?
Sounds great.
Hello, and welcome to the Wine Pair Podcast. I'm Joe, your sommelier of a reasonably priced wine, and this is my wife and my wine pairing partner in crime, Carmela.
Hi there.
And we are the Wine Pair. Okay, a quick orientation for those of you who may be new to the podcast. In each episode, what we do is we learn about and we taste and we review 3 wines that are reasonably priced, which means under $20, and that should be easy for you to find, and today really easy to find. And our goal is to have some fun, to learn about some new wines, and to talk about wines in a way that regular people like us can understand.
So nice.
Yeah, and we are really proud to say that we have been officially recommended by the editors of Decanter Magazine from their October issue, and they call us fun, irreverent,
Chatty.
and entertaining.
Oh, boy.
So there you go. Carmela, believe it or not, this is the first episode, and we're totally winging it today, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't we always wing it?
But today we're really winging it today.
Don't I always wing it?
Yes, you do. But this is the first episode we have done where all of the wines we're going to taste and review are Trader Joe's brand or private label wines. And by the way, do you know what private label means?
It means that it's a label that's in private.
No, you know what it means.
I don't.
Okay, well, private label means that they pay a winery or some wineries to make wines for them that they can sell at a reasonable price under their own Trader Joe's brand name.
Okay, so we have talked about that before.
We have. So we thought it'd be fun and interesting for our listeners to do an episode that just focused on their own wines. And as we said in the intro, we're going to focus on their Petit Reserve tier of wines. And we'll talk a little bit more later about all the different tiers of wines. And today specifically, we're going to try their Sparkling Brut, their Petit Reserve Barbera, and their Petit Reserve Chardonnay.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going for it.
We're doing
we
it
are
all.
going for it. Now, we did do an episode a while ago. It was actually episode 6, right?
So way in the beginning.
Yeah, where we reviewed wines that we bought at Trader Joe's. And in that episode, Mariana, our daughter, joined us. But none of the wines that day were actually Trader Joe's wines.
Oh, right. How crazy. And she chose them all.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, she did. And then we did another episode in June, which is episode 33, where the first part of that episode was an interview with Dr. Robert Hollander. And the second part of the episode was a tasting of 3 Zinfandels, all of which we bought at Trader Joe's, and one of which was a Trader Joe's wine. And you can find those episodes if you go to our website or through the podcast. But there are 2 weird things about those episodes.
Okay, give it to me.
Okay, so the first is the episode with Mariana, our daughter, was really early in our whole podcasting thing.
Right.
And we really didn't know what the hell we were doing.
Do we know what we're doing now?
Today, we know what the hell we're doing.
Wow, look at us.
Yeah.
How we've grown.
I know, actually, people may think we don't know what we're doing, but we think we know what we're doing.
Well, you started the podcast off saying that we're winging it tonight.
Well, but now we know what we're doing when we wing it.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, but in that episode, we were just kind of like, which we should, treating Trader Joe's as just a grocery store, but not looking at their specific wines.
Right.
And then the other episode was a really weird split episode because we did an interview in the first half and then we tasted wines in the second half, but we didn't taste wines that Dr. Hollander makes because he makes wines for his charity for prostate cancer, but they're Zinfandels, so we chose Zinfandels that came from Trader Joe's, one of which was a Trader Joe's wine. I know.
It's so
weird.
roundabout.
It's so random.
It's so roundabout. It's like,
random.
how did you come to that? That's a lot of,
I'll tell you why I came to that.
Okay.
And I'll tell you really why.
I want to know.
Well, there's 2 reasons. One is Dr. Hollander's wines are a little bit outside of the price range. But the second is we don't like to taste wines for people that we're interviewing because, what if we don't like it?
True.
And we want to give unbiased.
We want to give
unbiased.
Before, haven't we?
I guess with Compton we did
Right,
it,
but we already knew we liked their
wines.
wines.
Yeah,
Okay,
so that would have been really like, oh, by the way, we don't like the wine.
Yeah.
Because that's not the point.
So we're
that's
giving
not the
it
point.
a 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks for coming.
Exactly. So that's why we didn't do it, and that's why we don't.
Smart.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
But we'll talk about Jimmy Suckling as much as
Jimmy
we
Suckling doesn't make wines.
What
and
if he
he's
wanted
a
to come
hack.
on the
He's
show?
a hack.
What
He's
if
a
he
hack.
was like,
I'd let him on the show. I would let that guy on the show.
Then would you like him? Would you be like, buddy, we think
I
you're
would be
great.
totally sucking up to him. Oh, Mr. Suckling. Okay, anyway, can we get back to it?
Yes.
Okay, so we thought it would be fun to do a series of episodes where we just focus on Trader Joe's private label wines because, we think they're popular and people...
And you have really warmed up to Trader Joe's.
I have.
I mean, I should have taken a picture last week when we were in there. You were like a kid in a candy shop.
I've changed.
Or
I'm not totally a changed man.
Or a young adult at Trader Joe's.
Yes, I don't know what that means. But no, what? What did I
like
miss?
A kid in a candy shop, right?
Or an
or
old man in a candy shop.
Or
in a wine shop. Okay.
Okay,
but we thought it would be we know that people buy the wines and there aren't a lot of professional reviewers who review Trader Joe's wines. So we'll do that and you can judge, like we always say, you don't have to agree with us.
No.
We just want you to sort of take our taste, the way we taste wines, and compare it to yours. And then you either agree and you're like, great, I'll buy that. Or you disagree and you say, oh, they liked it, I'm not going to buy it. Or
right.
They didn't like it.
And you might know now,
exactly.
oh, I'm going to listen to them because whatever they loathe, I'm going to love.
Exactly.
So,
Loathe and love. Love and loathe.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
So again, we're going to do today a little bit more research into Trader Joe's private label wines. Super exciting.
Woo!
And then we're going to taste 3 of their private label wines. Again, it's a Brut, a Sparkling Brut, a Petit Reserve Chardonnay, and Petit Reserve Barbera. But first...
How did this become my line?
I don't know.
You got to do our shameless plug.
That's right. So first we want to give a huge thank you for you listening to us and for your support of our show. And if you have not had the chance to do so yet, we would love it if you would subscribe to our podcast. It's free. It's a free way to support us. And even more than that, you never have to miss a show. So how about that?
Cool.
Yeah. And a huge thank you to all of you who have already subscribed. We really appreciate it. And by the way, another great way to support us for free is to leave a nice rating review. I can almost say that. A rating and review on our website or an Apple Podcasts or whatever podcast service allows that. How about that?
I think that's great.
Yeah, and you can also follow us. Another great free way to support us is you can follow us and see fun pictures. They're fun pictures of the wines we're tasting and trying today on Instagram at the Wine Pair Podcast. And you can always contact us on our website, thewinepairpodcast.com, and tell us if you think we're full of crap or not.
Wow. But maybe just not tell us that.
But no. I mean, yes. But
you
no.
can.
Just tell us
you
whatever
know what?
you want.
It's fine.
Yeah,
Either
it's
way.
fine. It's fine.
We just want to hear from you.
That's right. And as we do every week, we'll tell you someone we think you should tell about the Wine Pair Podcast. And this week, we want you to tell anyone who loves to buy wine at Trader Joe's, but is always unsure about whether or not they should admit that they like Trader Joe's wines.
I don't think most people have a problem admitting that.
I don't know. I think some people do. I think some people are a little shy about it.
About the wine there?
No, just because it's inexpensive. And I think people are like, oh, wine's supposed to be snobby. Shouldn't
I guess. I guess there is a certain person that probably would. But it is kind of funny because so many people just adore Trader Joe's, right?
I love Trader Joe's.
Right. And like, oh my gosh, I got this this great bottle of wine from Trader Joe's.
Let's talk about that a little bit. Let's get into it, right?
Okay.
So we're going to talk about Trader Joe's brand wines, and they're popular. And Trader Jones.
Who's Trader Jones?
I don't know. That's his brother, there. Trader Jones. Trader Joe's sells a lot of wine. However, I will say it is really hard to find out clear information on the interwebs, even through our friend ChatGPT, about how much wine Trader Joe's sells and all that. It's really hard.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah. So if anybody knows real facts, let us know. But, anyway. So again, it's not clear how much wine Trader Joe's sells altogether, but it is a lot. According to some sources, it's estimated that they sell over $1 billion of wine a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And then you can just tell. You walk into an average Trader Joe's. Not every Trader Joe's sells wine. I'll talk about that in a second. But in any state where they sell wines at Trader Joe's, you'll notice that there's a decent amount of floor space that's given up to wine.
Yeah, that's true.
They're making some money off that.
That's a lot of money considering that they are, I don't know how many tiers they are, and you're going to maybe tell us, but they've got to be a lot of inexpensive wines there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So even $1 billion is a lot, but volume.
True.
Because if you're selling $2 Chuck,
Holy cow, that's a lot of wine. A lot of bottles of wine.
That's a lot of wine. And interestingly, the guy behind Trader Joe's really used wine. Yes, his name was Joe.
Okay.
Not Trader Joe. Actually, his first name was not Trader.
Okay,
his first name was Joe.
Okay.
But anyway, wine was one of the reasons why he really got the store off the ground. So here's a little story. You ready for a little story?
I love story time.
Okay, so the guy who started Trader Joe's was a guy named Joe Colombe. I think he was Italian. And he thought there should be some alternative to the average huge mega chain supermarket and one that was a little bit off the beaten path.
Okay.
And so he wanted products that were catered to an audience that's a little bit more educated, a little bit more cosmopolitan, maybe likes to travel. That's how they find out about wine, but still wants to buy cheap shit. Right?
I like that kind of person.
I got this article, and the article talks about one place where he really dug in, and you can find the article on our website. He really dug into this concept was in wine, and he knew he could make wine a really good selling point for these customers. And so, part of what he wanted to create was a store where customers could trust Trader Joe's as a place where they could rely on getting a decent wine at a really good price. And so he did a lot of things. He skirted some laws in California to kind of get around some of the rules. Well, I don't want to go into it in detail because it would take a lot of time.
Oh, okay.
And then he made a deal with Bronco Wines to make $2 Chuck and all that kind of stuff. And he wanted to. The objective really was to sell sell consistently drinkable wines, not great, not bad, but consistently drinkable wines, good enough that people would feel comfortable buying them for a Tuesday night. Anyway,
nice.
Now, again.
And it worked.
And that's the story. Okay?
Okay.
There you go.
The end.
The end. But again, it's really hard to tell how much wine Trader Joe sells. This is how I would describe it.
Okay.
A lot.
Oh, I agree.
Okay.
I think that's pretty much sums it up.
Yeah. And they are definitely one of the top 10 retailers in the U.S. in wine sales.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think I would have guessed that.
Yeah, but forget about trying to get exact figures. Now, remember, at the beginning of the podcast, we talked about different tiers of Trader Joe's wine. So everybody get your pens and pencils out. No, you don't have to get your pens and pencils out. But I've done a little research for you, and here are the different tiers. And I don't mean tears like tears of a clown.
Every time you say that, I keep thinking, please don't cry.
How about levels?
Levels,
How about levels of Trader Joe's wines? Okay, in case you're wondering, here it is. The lowest tier, yes, Carmela.
$2 Chuck.
$2 Chuck. And someday we may do an episode on it. Probably
Are they
not.
true? Is it truly $2?
I don't think it's $2 anymore. I was like $1.99. Now it's like $2.99 or something.
Man.
But it's cheap. And I will say overall, it's probably only good if you really want to get shit-faced. Like that's...
Wow. Wait,
right?
why? Is it high in alcohol and just tastes terrible? Or
no, because I think it's... It's not good wine.
No, I
It's
know.
not good.
Well, if it's not good, you want to drink the least amount to get loaded,
I see.
Right?
That's your attitude. Some people would say they want to spend the least amount to get loaded. They don't care what volume they have to drink as long as they don't have to spend a lot.
Right. Well, but then again, that makes sense both ways, though, right? Because if it's not going to cost very much, and you don't need to drink a whole lot, you're going to save that way.
You're right.
Okay.
Safeway.
Safeway.
No, Trader Joe's.
What?
Okay. Anyway, the fifth tier.
Why did we jump to 5?
Because there are 6 tiers. So the bottom tier, the lowest tier is $2 Chuck.
Okay.
The 5th tier is the Petit Reserve, which is what we're trying
doing.
today.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So, yeah,
look at us.
Yeah,
look,
okay.
and it's in our price range.
It is. It's actually next cheapest. It's in the $7.99 price range. It's considered to be a little bit hit or miss, but for $7.99, what do you expect?
Right.
Okay.
What else do you want?
Now exactly. There used to be I don't know if it exists anymore. There used to be a private label Trader Joe's wine called Vint TJS, but I don't think it's around. I don't know. Maybe it got morphed into this Petit Reserve, but I don't know. If anybody knows, let us know. Okay. The 4th tier is Trader Joe's Reserve.
Okay.
These are like $9.99 range, and they can vary in quality, but they tend to be decent. Tend to be decent, right? The 3rd tier is Trader Joe's Grand Reserve.
Wow, it sounds so fancy for the 3rd tier.
Well, interestingly enough, they used to be the top tier.
Oh, wow. They have made lots of gains.
Wait till you hear this.
Okay.
But the Grand Reserve is about $12.99, and they're considered to be pretty good quality. Okay. The 2nd tier is Trader Joe's Platinum Reserve.
My goodness.
And they tend to be in like the $14.99 range.
Wow.
And they're considered to be pretty high quality, and they don't last very long. So the story is, if you see Platinum Reserve, you pick that stuff up.
Wow.
You buy that.
Yeah, you go
buy
for
that.
it by the case.
That's
baby.
right. And then the top tier, evidently, I think it's a lie, but there's Trader Joe's Diamond Reserve.
Wow.
They're priced at about $19.99.
Oh my gosh, we can do that.
Yeah, and really, if you find that, snatch it up.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Because people truly must go to Trader Joe's to get the bottom of the barrel.
I don't. Why? Why would?
Well, I mean,
why wouldn't
because
they
if
go
you
to get
can't-
the top of the barrel?
Because if there's not very many,
And why is things at the bottom of the barrel worse than the top of the barrel?
not always? Not they
It's
aren't
true.
always. Yeah,
No,
sometimes it's
sometimes
more
the good stuff
concentrated
goes to
and
the
it's.
bottom.
I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like if you're eating popcorn, like the seeds go to the bottom.
You're right.
That's
That is
bad.
the bottom
you
of
don't want
the
that.
bucket.
Yeah, right. No, but wait a minute. You said they're hard to come by, the top tier.
Yes.
So is it because they're just flying off of the shelf and they're
Yes.
making just as many of them, or they just
No.
don't make very many of them?
I think both. I think they fly off the shelves and they don't make a lot of.
Okay.
So be on the lookout. All you Hawkeyes who go to Trader Joe's all the
lookout.
time, be on the lookout. Let us know. Send an email out, an email alert.
And then, if you see one, just start elbowing your way in.
Don't you touch that! Don't you touch that!
Joe from the Wine Pair said, yeah, fight.
Elbow and boom.
It's a fight.
Yeah. Anyway, okay.
No, don't do that.
We are totally winging it. By the way, do we tell you we're going to wing it? We are winging it. Okay, but I would like to do a series of episodes, Carmela. If this one goes okay, and so far it's going great, but if this one goes okay, where we try the
I
different.
think so.
Yeah, I think it's great. We try these different tiers, and we don't cry. Okay, levels.
You're
We try
making
these.
me sad.
Okay, and maybe at some point we'll do $2 Chuck. If you really want to be sad, we'll do $2 Chuck.
Wow, I was going to say, I didn't ask for that.
No. Okay, but let's talk about the specific wines that we chose for this episode.
Okay.
And as usual, all the wines we've chosen for this episode are under $20.
Nice.
We've already covered that. And because they're Petit Reserve Trader Joe's
Petit.
wines.
I just
they're
don't
all-
know about Petit.
No, they're all under $10.
Oh,
And so
wow.
if any of these are even decent, it's going to be a screaming deal.
So
right?
should we? I guess we're going to find out if we should start elbowing these.
That's right. That's
elbowing
right.
people.
And all of them should be easy to find because we bought them all at Trader Joe's. However, I will say this. Not every Trader Joe's sells wine. Did you know that?
I did.
Why?
Because we have children who live in New York City.
That's
and
right.
There is no wine to be had in a Trader Joe's there.
That's right.
Or any grocery store.
Except there was a Trader Joe's wine store in Manhattan, but it closed this past August of 2022.
Too bad.
All of a sudden. And nobody knows why, and nobody knows if it's going to reopen. So we're going to, there you go.
Is it still there? It's just vacant?
I don't know. We'll
have to take a field trip
maybe
next time
take
we're
a
there.
field trip when we go there. And now, not every state has a Trader Joe's. There's 42 states that have Trader Joe's. And I think if the information I got in this article online is right, there's about 30 states or so that allow Trader Joe's to sell wine, right? The state allows grocery stores. So it's still a lot, but
Right.
but if you're lucky enough to live close to a Trader Joe's that
Like
sells wine,
we
there you go.
do.
That's right. Right? You can assume that you can find these wines. They're probably going to be in stock, etc.
Okay.
So the first wine we're going to taste and review is the Trader Joe's Petit Reserve Barbera, which comes from Paso Robles, which is where our daughter, speaking of our daughter, she did her undergrad work at Cal Poly in the Central Coast area of California, which is right by Paso. Now, many of you may not be familiar with Barbera, but you should be, because we like it. And we did an episode that we had like so many episodes I'm referring to. Episode 13 which was one
you
of
just
our
have these like in a little file cabinet that you just and you're
called-
just planning ahead and writing it out.
Yeah, exactly. It's called I Have Records.
Okay.
And that was one of our WTF episodes, and it was on Barbera, and we really like the Vietti Barbera. But I think Barbera is an underrated, underappreciated wine. It comes from Piedmont, but it's considered an easy drinking wine. It's not like a Barolo. It's an easy drinking wine. It's not, however, a big fat red California wine.
Right.
So if you want like a Cabernet, like Barbera is not your grape.
Okay.
But we're going to find out how this one stacks up. Paso is a little bit warmer area, so it could be like a little bit bigger or higher alcohol or something wine. So we're going to try it out.
Okay.
But in theory, it's a little bit more Merlot-like than it is Cabernet Sauvignon.
Okay.
Okay. And then, like I said before, it's hard to find out too much about who, like Trader Joe's wines in general. It's hard to find out who makes these wines. We think, based on some things I was reading online, that it may be the Miller Family Wine Company. They operate in Paso Robles. They make some Trader Joe's wines, but I don't know for sure because Trader Joe's won't tell you, and that's why I don't trust them.
What? I know, it's kind of strange.
No, they're hiding something.
They are. But you keep wondering, what is it about them?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out. Okay. The next wine we're going to taste and review is Trader Joe's Petit Reserve Chardonnay, which also comes from Paso, same place. And now we have to admit we're not the hugest fans of oaked Chardonnay, but you know what? We're not going to prejudge.
Right.
We're going to give it a shot.
Open-minded. We are open-minded.
And we know that there are a lot of people out there that are super fond of oaky Chardonnays.
Of course.
And so we're going to give it a try.
Okay.
And we're going to just tell you what we think. And you know what? If you don't agree with us or we don't like it or whatever happens,
we still want to be friends.
We want to be friends with you. Right. Now, the Trader Joe's description of this wine, they had this description of the wine on their website. They say it's limited.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
you know, if you find
So
this.
are they making
and
fewer or are they...
don't know.
Are they flying off the shelf?
I don't
They're
know.
limited. If it's limited, I feel like they're not making... I wonder why.
I don't know. But they did say that they tasted this wine.
It's a marketing effort.
What? You think that they're doing marketing? That's crazy.
I don't know anything
Why would
about
they do that?
marketing.
Wait, do you dress up in a cake and no? That's our sister-in-law. She dresses up and delivers
a
cakes.
marketer.
She delivers Carmela's cakes.
That's right.
The baby cakes. Okay.
Okay.
I don't even know where I was. They made the Chardonnay maker, whoever it was, an offer they couldn't refuse, and then there you go. Okay. The last wine we are trying today is not technically a Petit Reserve wine, but it's kind of in the same price range. It's $6.99, and it's a sparkling Blanc de Blanc from France under the Trader Joe's label, and it's under $7, so that's cuckoo.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's basically in the same price range as a Kirkland, Costco Kirkland Prosecco.
Yeah.
So again, we'll see if it's kind of the same quality. And again, there's not a ton I can tell you about this wine other than it's a cheap bubbly, it's from France, and because it's a Blanc de Blanc, it's probably made from Chardonnay, but I'm not sure because they don't tell you anything about it. Okay. And it's also unclear if it's made in the traditional method like a champagne or it's made in a Charmat method like a Prosecco. I think because of the price point, it's probably Charmat.
Okay.
Charmat is kind of the cheaper, shorter, quicker way. It's not good or bad. It's just a different way of making sparkling wine. And I'm betting that it's made in the Charmat method.
Will we be able to tell?
Probably not.
Oh, rats.
Although it may be a little less yeasty.
Oh, okay.
So if it's like kind of sweet and clear, it's probably not, it's probably Charmat, but it's hard to tell. I don't think if you asked me to blind taste test, I'd go, oh, that is made in the traditional. I don't think I could
Someday, honey, you might be able to.
Yeah, someday if I'm good enough. Okay, that's a lot of talking.
Yeah, that was a lot.
We've been winging it, and but we're ready to taste some wine.
Yes, I am.
Should we do it?
Let's do it.
All right, we're going to take a break and taste our first wine.
Okay.
Okay, we are back and we are ready to try our first wine. This is the Trader Joe's Petit Reserve Barbera. It's from Paso Robles in California. We don't know who the producer is. It's a 2021. It was $8.99.
What a bargain.
Expensive. We got it at Trader Joe's, by the way. It's 14.3% alcohol, so it's relatively high for a Barbera. And as far as I know, it's 100% Barbera grapes. And I will say that this is kind of cellar temperature. So a Barbera is a type of a wine that you can serve a little cooler. It's not fridge temperature. It's not room temperature. It's a little bit on the cool side. But what are you smelling?
Oh, it's nice.
It's got a nice smell.
Yeah, I like it.
It's got a little bit of a Pinot kind of smell.
It does. It's almost, I'm getting some cherry.
Cherry for sure.
I'm almost getting a little vanilla.
Okay, I can do that. Okay.
What else?
It's red fruit. It's definitely red fruit.
Yes.
It's cherry.
It's a darker cherry.
I'm getting a little bit of wood on it, like a little bit.
Yes.
A little bit of wood or smoke on it. Maybe a tiny bit. This is going to sound a little corny, like, red wine. A little leather. A little bit of leather. Like,
No, I can buy that. I thought you were going to say gooseberry.
No, not gooseberry, but maybe some cassis.
Ooh.
Like a black currant. It's got
I
something.
would say a little bit spicy on it. I think a little cinnamon even.
Maybe. Let's try it. Let's see what we think.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Well, let me think. I don't mind it.
Okay. Maybe
It's kind of sweet. I don't know.
Yeah, it is kind of sweet.
Let me see. I mean, that's not nice to say. I don't mind it. I think it's kind of nice.
I'm getting like a tart cherry. Now I'm getting a little bit more of that flavor. It's a tart cherry. It's like, again, you want a big fat like Cabernet. This is not your wine. This is
a thinner.
This is thinner cherry kind of wine. It's very cherry.
And it's not very cherry. I like that. It's very cherry and it's a little thin, but I think it would go well with food.
Yeah.
I think you want to have food with this one.
I'm just gonna say, like, I'm not fully convinced. It's actually got a really nice taste initially. I don't know. It's got a little bit of a weird taste on the side, like a little bit too much wood.
Side.
I don't know how to describe it, but like on the side of my tongue, I'm almost feeling a little bit too much wood or something.
And not enough fruit.
Not enough fruit, and I feel like it's oaked up, but it doesn't need to be oaked up.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they were like, oh, well, it's a red wine from California, so we better put it on oak.
Maybe they overdid the oak.
I think they kind of did. I don't think it needs that. So I'm feeling like it's kind of killing the vibe for me. I would have liked it if it was just really smooth, like not unoaked, but like more lightly oaked, almost like they didn't use good oak or I don't know.
Or cheap.
Less
expensive.
So that's bugging me a little bit. But what food would you have with it?
Well, I think you would want to have this with food.
Yeah,
I think it would be better. I think it would taste better.
Pizza.
I could do pizza with this for sure. And red sauces, you could do a little bolognese.
It's a little tart, though. It's a little tart.
For bolognese?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little tart. I think
you kind of need
bolognese. Okay, I can go
I
bolognese.
wouldn't do like
marinara. Would you do a plain marinara?
Yeah.
Okay. Pesto? No.
Oh, I think you could have pesto with it.
Cream sauce? No.
I don't know.
No.
Cream sauce, yeah.
To me, this is like stew. You could have it with like a stew or something like that.
Roast.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Yeah. This is kind of it's funny because it's a fall wine. I don't know why I feel that way, but maybe because we're talking about those dishes. But I don't know if this is something that I can imagine us having like on our Sunday night, fall night.
I feel like it's so close. It's like so close for me to really like it, but there's something about like it's got like that wood or oak or something on it.
Does it need more time?
Maybe it is a 2021, so maybe it needs to mellow out. But Barberas are not usually wines that need to age.
Okay,
you can drink them in the first, 2, 3, 4 years for sure. So I'm just feeling like it's a little overdone. Yep. Like they overdid. And you know what? It is a little high alcohol, so it might be a little bit alcohol-y that's coming through too.
I think that can sometimes be a little bit overpowering too. So
let's rate it. Let's rate it. So as a reminder, on our rating scale, we rate on a scale of 1 to 10, and it's no halves. No halves. You got to be a whole number. Where a 7 and above means that we'd buy it, and a 4 and below means we're going to pour it down the sink, and a 5 or 6 means we're going to drink it. We may look for something different or better, but we probably won't go out of our way to buy it.
Okay.
And so what rating would you give this wine, Carmelita?
Okay, so I will finish it.
Okay.
Giuseppe.
Yeah, Giuseppe.
I will finish it. I think I'm leaning towards, and these wines are all going to be so different from each other, so there's no comparison. But I'm going to give it a 5.
By the way, it had a cork.
Yeah, we didn't know that.
I thought it was going to be a screw cap, but
I feel like Trader Joe's wines should just have screw caps.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Okay, but I'm going to give it a 5.
5.
Yeah,
I'm going to give it a 5 as well. It might be a little bit harsh buds on that one.
I kind of feel the same way.
Like it might be more of a 6. If we could give a 5.5, maybe I'd give a 5.5.
We can't get halvesies. No halvesies.
It's like drinkable. It's drinkable. I'm not going to buy it. No. I'm not going to go out. I'm not going to be like, hey, I got those wine, but I'm not going to pour it down the sink.
No, that's why it is.
And it's not bad. It's not bad.
It's not on that. It's not even on really a cusp of a 4. Like
no,
it's definitely
it's
like
not.
it's. I'm gonna finish it. I'm not gonna.
Now your dad, he may say it's crap.
Not gonna kick and scream.
No,
I'm not gonna throw a tantrum.
God, not gonna cough, pretend I'm sick, yawn, whatever. Right. God. Oh, sorry. Was that out loud? All right. Anyway, okay. I think
giving all my little
secrets
cues away.
I know. So I think we'll leave it here. We always reserve the right to change our review, our rating if we want to, but for now we're both 5s. Okay. So we're gonna take a break. We're gonna clean out our glasses, and we're gonna try our next wine.
All right.
Okay, we are back and we are ready to try our next wine, and I'll explain it while you smell it, Carmela. This is the Trader Joe's Petit Reserve Chardonnay. It's also from California, also from Paso Robles. This is a 2021. Oh, by the way, we don't know who makes it. $7.99 at Trader Joe's. It's 14.1% alcohol, so it's a decent amount of alcohol for a white wine, and it's 100% Chardonnay as far as we know. So let's see what we're smelling.
What are you smelling out of the gate?
Ooh, I'm getting, this is one of the things that people don't appreciate about Chardonnay is it can have a tropical fruit kind of smell.
Yes.
I'm getting tropical fruit.
I'm getting, it smells sweet to me.
Mm-hmm. But I'm getting like pineapple. I'm getting a pineapple on it.
Yes, like a freshly cut Pineapple. That's, I think, what I was smelling. Because at first when I smelled it, it was like kind of cotton candy and sugary.
It is sugary.
Yeah. It has but not like, doesn't smell very oaky to me.
I'm getting a little oak on it, actually.
Really?
I'm getting a little bit of like butterscotchy or vanilla or something.
Ooh.
Don't you think? I'm getting a little bit of like a little wood, spicy wood. That's why I'm thinking like a butterscotch or... But it's
really nice.
It's got a nice smell.
Yeah,
I agree.
I like it.
Let's taste it.
Okay. Wow. It's like, I can't put my finger on it, but
Buttery.
it is buttery.
It's buttery.
It's kind of creamy, buttery. Like you're expecting a little more tang because of the pineapple smell, but it's a little more subtle.
This is what the oak does. Like if this were unoaked, I think I would be in love with it. Because it's oak, this is the type of a wine that people who like oaky Chardonnay would like. Don't you think?
Yeah.
There's
no bite. There's no acid on it.
She thinks that I'm not going to say it, but she gave a little bit look.
Well, because there's what I prefer is that acidity. There's none of that.
Well, I think the acidity gets killed because of the wood, because of the oak.
Yeah. And so you just kind of learn what you like.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't expecting it to be as flat. Like it almost tastes a little flat to me.
And I also think there's some flabbiness to it because it's high alcohol, oaky. I think it tastes a little flabby.
Yeah. Maybe that's
flat, flabby.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, I think that it's the difference between like people who like a squishy blueberry and a firm blueberry. You know, like whatever camp you're in.
It's okay.
Kind of
and whatever camp you're in is fine.
Right. When I have a squishy one, then I'm always a little bit like, womp womp. But some people, I know people who like try and make them kind of squishy because they prefer
Put them in their pocket. Okay. But anyway, I will say like this is, I know you don't really like it, and I generally don't like oaky Chardonnays. It's pretty tasty. It's got some apple pie kind of like spice to it. It's got spiciness to it. I think if you like an oaky Chardonnay, I think this is for you. I mean, for $7.99,
holy cow!
I think it's a really good deal.
Yeah.
If this is the type of Chardonnay, if you don't like oaky Chardonnays, like you're not gonna. But I would drink this. I would drink this. I would not pour this down the sink.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't either. Not for sure. I wouldn't. But even okay. It's definitely. What would you eat with this? Is what I'm curious.
I think this is fish. I think it's
okay.
I think this is the typical things we're gonna say. It's like fried fish. It's fish. It's sushi. I could see with sushi. I could see with spicy foods. I could see it with fried foods. I think like last night we went out to dinner. We had like a pho. I think it would go well with a pho. I think it would go well with noodle dishes. Would have gone well with
our dinner last night for sure.
Yeah. You know, it's not bad. It's not a bad. I know you're not digging it.
Well, I just guess you know what? I am like a tang. I like the tang. I like the, a little bit of a bite in my white wine. And so that's why this is not doing it for me as much. I am definitely like a Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's got a lot of like character to it. It's got good flavor. It's, I'll tell you what, like we'll see what my rating is. But if people were gonna come over and I knew they liked Chardonnay, I'd buy this for them.
Oh, good.
No question about it.
Yeah, good.
I think they would like it. Well, I'm tasting like this wood. I'm tasting this caramely, like cotton candy, not cotton candy. Sorry, caramel corn, buttery. It's got buttery. It's like, again, if you like an oaky Chardonnay, you're gonna like this wine. Okay, what would you rate it? You don't love it, so
I don't love it, but I'm gonna give it a 6 because I'm just not gonna buy it, and I don't know if I would serve it or not. It sounds like you would for sure.
Yeah.
So that's a good. I think that's a good. Yeah, it's good
this
to
is
know.
a tough one. I'm like really tossed on this one because it's not my style of wine. I would definitely drink it. It's at least a 6. But I would consider buying it, but I wouldn't buy it for myself.
Right.
I wouldn't buy it for you and me.
No.
I would buy it for somebody else.
If you bought it for me, I would go, wow.
Yeah. So in terms of like, is it going to be something that I would buy? So I'm trying to tread this line. Yes, I would buy it, but not for me. So I'm going to give it a 6. I'm going to stick with a 6.
Ah, okay.
But I think, again, if you like an oaky Chardonnay, good choice. If you want something light and kind of fruitier and summery kind of wine,
food.
Great with food. Like if you're having a party and people like Chardonnay, like buy this all day, $7.99.
Right, especially if you're going to have a lot of people.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to go wrong with this.
in town.
Yeah, so I'll leave it there. If you like oaky Chardonnays, buy it. You're going to like it. Okay, well let's take a break and let's try our last one, the sparkling brut. Okay, we are back and we are ready to try our last Trader Joe's wine. This is the Trader Joe's Blanc de Blanc Brut. It is from France. We don't know where in France. It's from France. We don't know who made it. It's from France.
I was going to say a really bad rhyme.
Yeah, in your pants. France in your pants. Yeah. It's a non-vintage like most sparkling wines are. It was $6.99.
I mean,
come on, bruh. It's from Trader Joe's, 11% alcohol, so it's on the low end. Mm-hmm. And as far as we know, it's made with Chardonnay because that's usually what a Blanc de Blanc is made from because it's a white wine grape. But let's see what we're smelling.
Okay, so it's really mild.
It's got almost no smell, but I'm getting like sugar.
Yeah.
Like pixie stick, kind of sugary marshmallow.
I like these,
Jojo. You're getting like a little marshmallow almost on it. It's like super sugary smelling. You know what it smells like? Not just a marshmallow. It smells like, what are the Lucky Charms? Like, is that the one? The Lucky Charms cereal. Like you just poured some Lucky Charms cereal.
And you smell that powder kind of
the
coming
whole
up.
thing. Like you just smell the cereal bowl.
Yeah. Isn't that something? Okay, you're just like knocking them all out.
Don't you think?
Yeah, that's what, now that you're saying these, that's what I'm smelling.
Yeah.
Not a lot of fruit.
No, and not a ton of yeast.
No.
Maybe a little tiny bit. Tiny bit. Nice bubbles. Pretty color.
Very pretty. Yeah. Really like it's a celebration feel to it.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, great. And it bubbled nicely.
And it's still moving.
Nicely.
Yeah. Those. Good. I love it.
Fun. Okay, let's try it. Ooh, it's really sweet. It's a brut, which again means more dry.
Right.
But it's really sweet.
It's like a Martinelli's.
It doesn't even have the apple-y.
No, there's no apple on it though. You're right.
It's very sugary. It's almost soda-like.
Yeah, isn't that? I can't really.
It doesn't have a lot of flavor. Like it's just. This is like celebration. Everybody's drunk, kind of.
The last bottle you open.
Exactly.
I can taste a little bit of toast on it or yeast now, though, just a touch.
It's got
There's some kind of aftertaste that I don't love. There's something
sugary. It's very sugary.
Yeah, something at the end.
You know what it almost tastes like to me? You know those like sour candies? That's what it kind of. You know, with the sugary, candies? The sugar. I don't know, like sugared fruit candy you get in the candy bins.
Are they? But they're not sour.
They could be sour or not. You know, it's just like sugar. It's very sweet, like candy. It tastes like candy to me.
Yeah,
it tastes like one of those nondescript. Like it looks like a peach, but it's probably not a peach flavored. It's just sugar.
Right.
Flavored
you think
candy.
You're going to get something with a little bit of that flavor on it, and you're not.
Yeah. It almost has
the pixie stick was a good because it almost tastes like a pixie stick.
Yeah, it's like it's almost trying to have a little bit of citrus. Like it's trying.
Yeah.
Like I really wish I could have some citrus, but it's like a candied orange.
Right.
It's like a candied orange.
Where you can't really make it out.
Or a lemon head. It's like a sugary candy.
Yeah, maybe the start of the sugary part of the lemon head before you get that nice sour tang.
I'm getting the littlest, tiniest bit of apple. Just like if I struggle to find it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The citrus is almost coming through more for me.
I think a candied fruit, a candied orange, right? Okay. What food would you pair with this Blanc de Blanc Brut?
Well, I think that you could eat a lot with this. I mean, a whole variety because it's so mild.
It's
not
super mild. It's not going to.
You don't want to do anything
stand
big.
up to a lot.
No, you're not going to do it. But I could see this with sort of like that happy hour with like snacks.
Yeah.
You know, like even like maybe just some nuts and some
nuts.
nuts. Yeah, something salty would be good with this.
Nuts.
Potato chips.
Oh, it would be good with salty Chex Mix.
Yeah.
How about Chex Mix?
Oh, Chex Mix would be great.
That's
even
perfect call.
But you know what?
Salty
Potato
snacks.
Chips, Chex Mix.
Doritos.
Even like French fries.
French fries would be good. Poutine.
Oh.
How about poutine?
Well, the cheese, depending on the type of cheese you put on the poutine.
And salty, and that would be perfect.
Yeah, pretzels would be good.
You are right. Salty snacks.
Something salty.
I'm with you.
I think you need to pair it with.
100%. Okay, that's it. Salty snacks. Okay, what rating are you going to give this wine, Carmela?
Well, okay. We have so many sparklings that we love.
I know.
So that's a tricky part. That's a tricky part.
This is not making it.
No. So I'm not going to buy it.
I'll say too, the Kirkland Costco Prosecco, way better.
I think it's way better. Yeah.
Way better.
I'm going to say a 6.
Really? I'm going to say a 5.
Okay.
I'm struggling. It's so tasteless that it's like hard to be offensive. It's not offensive in any way.
No.
But it's not, there's not much there. Right. Like I'm just not getting a lot.
Right. But we'd finish it. Like
totally
I would finish it. I think
and if I were half crocked, I'd drink this shit by the bottle.
And at 11.5%, you might be able to drink a bottle.
It's just 11. It's not even, you gave it an extra half. It's just 11.
Oh, just 11. See that? Yeah. No, I just think that you might be a little underwhelmed.
Yeah.
When you first, but you would finish it.
Yeah.
It would be kind of like,
yeah,
different.
So which one of these are you finishing tonight, by the way?
Well, I think I'm going to go for this sparkling.
Okay. I might actually go, believe it or not, I might actually go for the Chardonnay.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
I just like
You enjoyed it.
It had some character to it.
It did, and it was a little bit different than a super oaky Chardonnay.
Totally agree.
It was like kind of
it wasn't overpowering. Like
Right.
I just swallowed a pine box.
Don't do that.
No,
but the thing is too, so it wasn't like, so it was something where I feel like if you're a little, oak, what am I trying to say?
Oak afraid,
or right, that you felt good about it.
Yeah,
like,
oak intimidated.
No, there's another
Yeah,
one.
I know what you're getting at.
What's the word?
I don't know, but let's talk about while you think about the word, let's talk about the taste profiles expected from a Barbera, a Chardonnay, and a sparkling Blanc de Blanc Brut. Okay, a Barbera from a website called Usual Wines. Red fruit such as sour cherry, strawberry, and raspberry. Dark fruit ranging from black cherry, blackberry, and blueberry to boysenberry and plum. And warm spices if it's aged in oak, such as star anise, nutmeg, clove, and vanilla.
Oh, wow. I said vanilla.
Yeah, so the Vino Pointer, they said about this wine, deep ruby color with aromatics of raspberry and maraschino cherries. The palate is young and fruity with flavors of dark berries, rich dark chocolate, boysenberry, and flavors of Christmas spices. So there you go.
Okay.
How'd we do? Okay.
We did pretty well, I must say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chardonnay. The wine magazine, Wine Enthusiast, says its flavors range from apple and lemon to papaya and pineapple, and also shows notes of vanilla when it's aged in oak.
Okay.
Trader Joe's about it themselves say presents aromas of ripe apple on the nose with notes of honeysuckle and toasty oak on your palate.
Okay.
And a Blanc de Blanc Brut. This is what ChatGPT says. It should have a fresh and citrusy aroma with notes of green apple, lemon, lime, and grapefruit. It didn't really have any. And also hints of brioche or bread crust from yeast.
Okay.
The taste is typically dry with high acidity, light body. Definitely had a light body. Flavors of lemon, green apple, and grapefruit dominate along with a touch of minerality. Toasty note. Nope, nothing. I mean, this is the most almost unflavorful sparkling wine I've ever had.
Yeah, me too.
It almost just, to me, again, tasted like sugar.
Yeah, you couldn't really put your tongue on it.
Little.
I couldn't.
I did.
I did too, and I will. I'll continue to.
Wow.
But,
Okay. That's sexy. Okay, anyway, yeah. No, I don't know. I guess I'm old. What do I care? So, Carmela, what do you think? More Trader Joe's? Should we do more Trader Joe's?
I think we should go up the ladder.
I agree. Go up the tiers, go up the levels.
Let's not go any lower.
No, we're not going $2 Chuck. We're going to go to the next one.
I think we can. I mean, that's amazing.
We can do a lot.
We can.
We're going to do it.
When you put your mind to it,
you can
drink a lot of wine.
That's right. And we can drink a lot of wine. Okay. Carmela, sadly, it's just about time for us to go. But before we do want to thank you, all of you out there in listening land, very much for listening to us and for your support. And if you haven't done so yet, now is a real...
Shed a tear.
Shed a tear. No, that was a real good time.
I'm thinking of the tears,
God.
and you were saying how sad. This is the only time you've said that.
Okay, if you haven't done so yet, Carmela, now would be a good time to subscribe. Please, you stop cutting me off. Subscribe to our podcast for free. Okay. And then you can also leave us a rating and review. Okay. On our website, Apple Podcasts, all that kind of stuff. It's a great way to support us for free and help us get more listeners and all that good shit. Okay. We'd also love to hear from you, and we'd love to hear about a wine you'd like us to taste and review. And so you can leave a message for us on our website at thewinepairpodcast.com, or you can email us at joe@thewinepairpodcast.com. And again, tell us about a wine that you're curious about, what tier of Trader Joe's wines you want us to taste next, whatever. And we'd love it if you would tell a couple of friends or family members, and maybe again listen to us with a loved one or significant other, have a little date night, drink some wine, go to Trader Joe's, whatever.
Love it.
All right, so we're going to sign off. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time. And as we like to say, life is short, so stop drinking shitty wine. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And the happy ending.